The manual command can be used to specify a toolpath that maybe you see as more optimum than what IGEMS may choose, or maybe there's just a toolpath that for whatever reason IGEMS can't figure out. You can use the manual command, which is found under the CAM tab. If you go to the toolpath submenu, you have this manual selection here. So right now down here at the bottom it's saying select toolpath or press enter. Right now we don't have any toolpath. We're just going to make a new toolpath, so I'll hit enter. So first thing it asks you is 0 point. What we're going to do is start here on the left with this one here. So let me just back up a second. So of course one way to program this, the idea here is we're just going back and forth. This might be a water-only application where you're just making a bunch of squares out of a piece of foam and you've got minimal on-off, so you pierce and cut zigzag back and forth and then we'll shut off and back and forth. So of course if I try to use like the quick cut command right now, since this isn't a part, it's not going to let me select anything. One way to get around that would be I could simply draw a box around this, and then I could go, of course, go to my CAM tab and create, and then select other objects and select that, and then I could use the quick command and use the slit command and pick the two lines there. So that's one way of doing that, and that would be perfectly fine. The other way to do it would be on this, again, go back to the toolpath, go to manual, and we'll hit enter, and it says specify 0 points. So this is just where you're going to start your cutting from. If you're doing a cut which is not going to have any tool offset left or right, which would be like in this situation here, where we're just going to be going down the center of these lines here, you can essentially just click at the end of the line that you want to start cutting on. And then we're going to start cutting right away at that point. So if we needed to rapid somewhere, we click on the rapid command, but we're going to start cutting. So I'm going to click on the start command. And then you've got your different types of piercing techniques that we can do. So we'll use a stationary, and we're going to do no compensation, and click on OK. And right now it's saying specify point, and right now it's got the coordinates for where we just clicked previously, so I'm just going to hit enter to accept that point. That's where we want to start cutting from. So then you got a couple options. You can either use the line command, or we can use the follow to command. So if I click on line, just essentially is asking me to draw a line to where I want to go to, so I can just do line command like this. The other option there is the follow to command. If I click on follow to, I can just say, alright, follow that line all the way to here, and it'll find its way through there. And then we're at the end of that cut, so now we want to do a rapid, because right now we're here and we want to get over to here, so click on the rapid button, and it says specify point, so I want to rapid over to this point here. So we've got the blue line representing our rapid, and again, it's asking to specify point, but we're done rapiding, don't want to rapid anymore, so I'll hit enter again, and then click on the start command, and again, we'll just switch this back to my preferred piercing technique, and OK, and again, it's saying specify point, and hit enter to accept that point that I'd clicked on before, and I'm just going to click on follow to, and specify the end there, and works its way through there. So that's one way that you can use the manual command. When you're done, you can just click on done, and then you would set your 0 point and create your NC file just like normal. And then here's another example here. So we got two parts. We've left a small gap here, so the idea would be do some common line cutting here, and I've got this part in the middle. So if I go ahead and add my leads on here, so I'll just put a lead here and a lead there, and then for the two outside pieces, I could use the the common cut command. I've got my gap here, 0.010 of an inch, and I'll pick these two pieces. And so we'll see after it cuts the inside piece, we'll just do a simulation here so we can see. Set my 0 point on here, and then do our simulation on that one there. And we'll just do a 2D simulation. So speed it up a little bit. So it'll cut the hole and then cut that, and then it'll traverse over, cuts that square inside, goes to the outside, or does that cut, comes over, does that cut, and around. So that would be it's a pretty decent tool path, but you might look at that and say, well, actually what I might want to do is, again, probably for maybe a water only application, is after it finishes this rectangle here, rather than shut off, just keep the jet on, come over to here, and we could cut around the inside, cut out and then around, and we might have to shut off and then traverse over here and cut that. So it's another situation where you might be able to use the manual command and optimize things a bit. So we'll go up to the manual command, and again, down here at the bottom it's saying select toolpath or press enter. We don't want to modify the toolpath we already have. We want to do a new toolpath, so I'll just hit enter. 0 point, I'm just going to click lower right hand corner of the part, although it doesn't really apply to when you actually set the 0 point for creating the CNC file, just a reference point for right now. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap it over and cut this inside hole. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of a lead in, so for the point that I'm wrapping to, I'm going to use my snap from command, and I'll snap from that quadrant point, and I'll give myself a 1/4 inch lead in. So we've traversed over to here, and now I'm done wrapping, so I'll just hit enter, and I'm going to start, and we'll use a user lead, and then we'll go with tool compensation on the left, so we'll go counterclockwise around this hole. And specified point is where do I want to do my lead in to, which will be to this quadrant point here. And then I can either use my next or my follow to command. If I click on next, basically it wants to know which way I want to go around the circle, and you can see by this little circle here it's indicating where the tool is going to be. So of course we want to go this way around the circle counterclockwise, so I'll left click when I've got the line in that orientation. And I can do the next command again, and it knows then just to go all the way around to the end there. So inside hole is done, so now we'll rapid, and we'll do the rectangle. We'll also do that with a tool compensation on the left, so I'm going to rapid to we'll do a snap from again, snap from that corner, and we'll do, again, negative 1/4 inch, 0. And hit enter now, since I'm done rapiding, and I want to start cutting, and click on start. And again, switch this to user lead, tool on the left, okay, and I want to do my lead into this point here. And again, I could do follow to this time for fun, and we're going to follow to here. And so now it wants to know, again, which way do you want me to go around this geometry, this way or that way, which with the tool on the left we want to go this way, so I left click to go that way, and goes around. So now at the end, if we want to keep the jet on and just come over to this point here, I can do the line command again, and I can click over to this corner up here, and then we'll just follow this around, and then to come over to this corner here, since there's no point to click on here, I can use my snap from command and snap from here, and we'll do it 0 and X and negative 10 thousandths and Y, which gives us that line to there. And then we can come up to here and over to here and just click around. And again, I could use my follow to command if I wanted to, and we'll come down to here and down to here. And if I want to give myself a little bit of a lead out, I can click up here somewhere, and now we're done. So I can just hit enter, and now we'll do a rapid, and we'll rapid up to somewhere up here, and hit enter again, and then we'll do start and switch this back to user. We'll keep the tool on the left, and we'll come down to here for the lead in, and then we'll do our line, come around this way and around this way. You'll note that there is also a loop command. If you ever want to put a loop on a corner, you can click on loops, enable that, angle to go around, radius of the loop, tool on the left, etc. So then if I do another line, and let's see again, we're going to tell it that we want to snap from here, and this will be 10 thousandths in X and 0 in Y. So then we've got at the end there, and I'll just hit enter to close that, so you can see it put that loop on that corner there. So sometimes that's helpful. So now we'll just do a simulation so we can see what we've got here. So we can click on our order button and set our 00 point for the program, and we'll do our 2D simulation on that. So go into 2D here and hit play and speed it up a little bit. So we'll go around the circle, go around the rectangle, and then stays on, goes around the rest of the part, shuts off down there, traverses up, does the cut, and it's done. So if you have any questions on that, let us know. Thanks.